Hey guys, Jake from Sharp. Today we're taking a look at the Seki Kanetsugu Saiun Sujihiki in 210 millimeters. So this guy's going to feature obviously a 210 millimeter blade length with a 325 millimeter overall length. It's going to be made out of a VG10 core steel, but this VG10 is going to be heat treated a little bit higher than usual at 62 to 64. It's going to have fantastic edge retention, but being much harder, it might be a little bit less forgiving should you crank it into a bone than some other VG10 knives that you've used in the past. So be mindful of that if you're picking one of these guys up, but the edge retention is going to be great. It's got a Western style handle with a full tang that is ambidextrous, with black micarta scales, a red G10 liner, and a welded stainless steel bolster. Balance point's going to be right about there, just where the bolster. So if you're more comfortable with a German or a European knife that's going to be a little bit more handle heavy, you might really like this, but you're still looking for a thin and harder upgraded blade. Show you guys the profile. It's going to be quite flat as a Suji could, but with a nice swept tip to get those really long, nice, clean strokes. Being 210 millimeters for a Suji, it's going to be a little bit shorter than most, but if you are, say, a home cook, you might find this to be the perfect size, as something longer might be a little bit overkill for the size of your kitchen or your cutting board. This thing would be great to clean fish, slice a roast, carve a steak up, anything like that. And on the flip side of that, if you're a professional working a grill or a protein station and you have a slightly smaller station, maybe you're just using one of those little cutting boards that's part of your cold table, this could be a great size to keep out on your line during service and not get in the way or not take up too much space. The blade height on this guy, from the heel to the spine, is going to be 45 millimeters. The spine of the knife is going to be quite thin at 1.5 millimeters. Going to hold that pretty much all the way through, just until the last little bit here, where it's going to have a nice aggressive thin tip with a distal taper. And the weight is going to be 225 grams. Again, a lot of that weight's going to be coming from the handle. Because the blade's so light, it does still feel quite nice and light and nimble in your hand. So there you have it, guys. One more time, this has been the Seki Kanetsugu Saiun Sujihiki in 210 millimeters.